Hi guys, and welcome back to another video with Powers. I'm Jake, and in today's video we are going to be unboxing the second wave package here of Primal The Awakening. And guys, this thing is a beast here. Look, I need some force to pick this up. There we go. You guys can barely see. We have the second package of Primal The Awakening on deck. This is going to be the expansion stuff, the stretch goals, terrain, miniatures, everything else that's coming in that all-in everything Primal Pledge is coming in this box. And oh boy, am I excited to dive into this stuff. Really quickly though, before I dive into this, guys, I just want to make an announcement for those of you who have been following the channel. You might know that I've made a couple community posts talking about wanting to start a campaign on the channel for Primal that you guys are going to be able to be involved in the campaign and help make the decisions. So already out there on the community page, we've had two polls going out to see what hunters are going to be used in the campaign. So for those of you that have gone out and voted, I appreciate you guys so much. We have the dual blade carry on. I think it's carry on. The dual blade character is the first hunter. We are tied neck and neck right now between the bowgun hunter and Thoreg the hammer. I believe the bowgun hunter is at like 33% of the votes. Thoreg the hammer is at 28% of the votes, and he might be tied with the great bow character. I'm going to end that poll Friday. I'm going to end that poll Friday of this week, so if you guys want to be a part of the voting process, just go ahead and take a look at our community page and go ahead and cast that vote. And, of course, if you guys want to be a part of the campaign, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel and check out our community post in related to this campaign of Primal. Whenever we need to choose quests or buy certain items or things like that, I will go ahead and put that in the community poll, and you guys will help decide the direction that the campaign is going to run. But enough of my chitter chatter here. Let's go ahead and dive into this bad boy. And guys, look, this box is actually heavier than the other box that we had. This one was like 28 pounds. I think this box is actually bigger than the other box as well. Let's go ahead and put that in view of the camera here. Now, this might be a super up close view, but we'll be able to pull everything out and see what we got here. Man, this thing is massive. Okay, wow, look at this giant box that we have here. I have no clue what this is the sleeves box. Okay, let's show you guys up front on the camera here. So this is going to be the sleeve box. Okay, with all the sleeves. Let me put that to the side very quickly. All right, what else do we have? What else do we have here? We have the Tome of Creatures. Okay, we got a nice book with the Tome of Creatures there. All right, looks like we have the 3 expansions right here in the middle. Feather Expansion, Venom Expansion, and the Mount Havoc Expansion. So this is the Feather Expansion right here. So we'll make sure to dive into that. We got the Venom Expansion. Ooh, look at that creepy looking monster there. All right, and then we have the Mount Havoc Expansion. There's the bowgun character right now. She's in the lead for that second hunter spot. You guys wanna see her? Go ahead and make sure you subscribe and vote on that poll. Again, voting will close Friday. Okay. Let's see what else I have in here. We have the terrain box. Okay, we got the terrain box. Got some brush, stuff like that. Again, we're going to dive into all of this. We have the ice expansion. Ooh, look at that monster right there. That beautiful monster. Ice expansion, okay. And last but not least, we have the nightmare expansion, which I believe this is the stretch goals box. The nightmare expansion right here. Ooh, all right, guys, we got a lot of awesome stuff to take a look at here. let's bring everything out on the table so you guys can see what we got. So we got all these expansions here. Okay, we got the terrain expansion. This Tome creatures, right? Tome creatures, and this giant sleeves box. Like, this is gonna be crazy. Okay, let's start diving in and taking a crack at some stuff. So let's take a look at these terrain box really quickly. Let's dive into that. That's going to be pretty short and sweet. We'll dive into all these little expansions as we progress through. Okay, and we'll kind of go from there. We'll just take it box by box. All right. So taking a look at this terrain expansion. Let me zoom in the camera here. All right. Let's take a look at this terrain box. So this is going to be miniatures of all our terrain. So 4 brush, 6 rock, 2 plateau, 2 Bathanis, 2 Circe, 2 Cinere, and 2 Wild Maw. Okay, 2 Wild Maw miniatures. All right. Just enhancing the presence of the game here. Okay, let's see. Crack these bad boys open, and you can see what they look like. We will go ahead and they're probably going to be sealed on the sides like the rest of them were with tape. Okay, so we have all of the terrain right here. Let's take a look at some of these pieces here in this other camera. So let's take a look at one of these nice little rocks here. So these rocks are just hollow on the inside, but pretty cool mold here with some of the cool specifics. So that's what a rock is going to look like. And then let's just take a look at something a little more intricate. One of these little plants. Okay. One of these little plants, and I think that's going to be a brush. So this is going to be that brush terrain that you will be able to hide into. Okay. I think they go like that. You know what? Why don't we just take a look at all this stuff really quickly? So we saw the brush. We saw the rock. Let's take a look at a plateau. Okay, this is what a plateau is going to look like top side. Oop, I dropped it hollow down below. That's what a plateau is looking like, guys. All right, how did it go? Just like that. All right, what do we have next? Let's take a look at the Bathanis, which is this right here. So this is going to be our Bathanis. Okay, and then I got to remember how these things go back. Okay, we have the Circe, which I think is this Circe plant, okay? That's what that is, and details here just look awesome. Gorgeous, gorgeous details with these models and these molds. And then we have the Circe, okay, the Circe plant. All right. And then last but not least, we have the Wild Maw. Okay, the Wild Maw plant. Again, look at these details in this mold. This is really, really nice quality here with these miniatures and molds. Very, very impressive. Okay, well, this is that terrain box. This is the terrain box, guys. Let me make sure. I think it goes like this. Yep, this is that terrain box, which again is just going to add a little just cool table presence to the game here. Adding some table presence, and man, that thing is that thing does not want to go in there. Had to jam it in a little bit. Okay, terrain box, check. Adding some cool table presence to the Primal game. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's take a look at these heroes next. All right, let's take a look at this Mount Havoc expansion. Okay, make sure I'm in camera view. We'll take a look at this Mount Havoc expansion. And this is going to bring in the heavy bow. character or bowgun character, and I do believe this is gonna have that Kara dual blade character as well. Cool back art here of a giant mountain. Here, me and my wife have been watching Damsel, and reminiscent of that. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is going to be the Mount Havoc expansion, okay? Looks like we got a rule book. You should always fear the dark, not because of the monsters hiding in it, but because all memory of the light itself loses itself in the darkness, okay? So we have a expansion. Yep, this is going to be the Kara miniature, the Helleran miniature, everything that you guys are going to need. I do believe this adds in a new story chapter. So we have campaign chapters for Mount Havoc. We are not going to spoil that here. You guys will be able to take a look at that in our campaign playthrough. So here is the playmat for the Helleran, the heavy gun character. All right, again, if you guys want to see this in the upcoming chapter, go ahead and vote for it on our poll. The Kara dual blade, you guys have already voted on her. She will be one of the characters in our campaign. We have the tokens. Okay, we have the forge. We have all of the forges here for the characters that they need for this campaign, I believe. We got some more campaign sheets. Okay, so these are going to be all of the forge cards that will include the bow gun, the dual blade, and the heavy gun. I keep calling it bow gun. It's the heavy gun and the dual blade. So these are all your level 1 forges. This is also going to bring in forges of the expansions, right? So you've seen the Horn Forge, Crystal Forge, Coral Forge, Thunder Forge, Metal Forge, okay? Now we add in the Feather Forge, all right? We add in the Venom Forge, and we add in the Ice Forge, okay? So 3 new forges are brought into the, 3 new forges are being brought into the game here. So those are gonna be included on all of this stuff. Basically, these are going to be all the cards for the 2 characters and some more armor. And basically, these are pretty much going to be the armor and probably helms, bringing in that new Venom, Feather, and Ice elemental weapons. Okay, same thing with the weapon cards here. Let's take a look at these weapon cards. And I'll just show off very quickly the weapon card of the dual blade and the weapon card of the, maybe got a sneak piece of something else. So we have the dual blade level 1 card. When you trigger battle dance, deal 1 damage. There's the dragon wings here. As I flip through some of these, you might get a sneak peek of some of this other stuff. And then we'll take a look at the gun bow right there, okay? The gun bow. And there is the Ignis. Okay, so these are going to bring in all of the elemental cards for these 2 new characters. And then, of course, we have the miniatures. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. This is going to be the dual blade miniature here. If I can get it to, there we go. Dual blade miniature. Right here, okay, front and back, really cool. Now these blades are actually super flimsy, so you got to be careful with that, but I do love the details on it. Very cool sculpt here that we have. All right, the next one is the heavy gun. Man, that looks pretty cool. You can see where I keep saying it's a bow gun. It's got these 2 edges, and I keep thinking that it's a bow gun. I think this is probably one of the coolest molds and sculpts in the game. I think definitely this one has to take the cake there. All right, guys. Well, look, that is everything. That's everything that's coming in this this expansion here. Again, bringing in these 2 new characters. As of right now, looks like these 2 new characters are going to be featured in the campaign. So you guys will definitely get to see how they play out. But this is the Mount Havoc expansion. All right, guys, let's move on to the Feather Expansion, okay? Feather Expansion, bringing in some new monsters. I think one or two new monsters. This is bringing in, obviously, all of the Venom, the Feather equipment, the Feather status animals, or the Feather elemental monsters, okay? And let's see what we got. So we have the Feather Expansion here with the rule book. We are bringing in the Pazis and the Nagarjaws, okay? And then it's going to give the campaign mode expansions, bringing in 2 expeditions for these monsters if you want to fight them. And then basically just a quick credit. So short, simple rule book. We have a new campaign book for the Path of the Lantern here. Don't want to spoil any of that. All right, we do have copies of the Feather Forge. This would be for the base game. You notice none of the expansion characters are on here. All right, and then of course we have the nice, awesome mats. So we have this Pazis. Man, that thing looks wicked. That looks wicked there. And then we have the Nagarjaws, okay? Or Nargajas. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's pretty cool. I think this Pazis definitely looks a little bit more intense than this one, but I'm sure he is tough in his own right. Okay, we get some cool terrain. We get some cool terrain pieces. I wonder if these are specific to the scenario. All right, we get a little pack of cards. Again, this is going to be for the base game. So these are going to be the base game cards. So you see this is the blade for the Daryon Greatsword character. All right, well, you know what? We'll spoil a little bit of some of this stuff for you guys. So that'll be the Windblade, level 1 of the Greatsword. We have the Air Swan bow. All right, for the Great Bow character. The Earthshaker is your hammer for Thoreg. All right, and then last but not least, we have the Shard, which is for the Sword and Shield character right there. Okay, so those are the cool new weapons in the game. Let's see what we have. These are the 2 new monsters. All right, and then it looks like in this little box right here, guys, we basically just have, I'm not going to open this up. This is basically going to be the behavior deck and the monster cards for both of the monsters here. And then this is going to look like, if you see from that angle, you'll see the quest card. And these are going to be all the helm and the armor. Again, don't want to open these up because it's going to take me a while to cut through. For me, at least, it's going to take me a while to get through all this tape. We got a bunch of boxes to get through, and I don't really want to make this a super long unboxing video, but let's take a look at these miniatures here. Again, I'm going to have to fight through some of this tape, it looks like, if I can find where they got it at. Okay, so they got it over here. This one is easy. See, this one's easy to get through. Some of these are pretty tricky to get through here. Okay. So I believe that is both pieces of tape gone. Oh, maybe not. There's a little piece of tape that's left over here. All right, so we have the 2 miniatures here. All right, let me take this. This is the Pazis miniature. Let me bring it over to the other camera for you guys. Whoo-wee, this thing looks sick, man. Look at those dots right there. It's almost like a peacock-ish type monster. Man, this mold looks ridiculously phenomenal. Reggie Games, you guys have done a great job with the production here on these monsters. All right, so make sure we're in screen there. There we go. That's the front, the back of this Pazis. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop him back in his slot, and then we have this bad boy. Got a little extra protection on him. It looks like slide this little thing out from under him. Okay, so this is going to be the Nagarjaws. Okay, cool dragon lizard looking thing. Again, I love the details of the scales here on the body. Okay, there's the back of it. Okay, got the nice flowing hair. Look at those jaws. There's the bottom of the sculpt right there. Okay, so that is the feather expansion, guys. Okay, everything that is coming in that feather expansion. The two new monsters here. I gotta figure out how to put this back on. I think it went like the other way. I think it went like that. That's how it did it. Okay. So now we got to figure it out. There we go. Perfect. I did it. Woo! Okay. So this is the feather expansion, and I'm learning with Reggie games, you got to put stuff one thing at a time because it's not gonna fit. It's not gonna fit if you both do it like that. Okay. So feather expansion. All of the cards, boards, and everything that you guys are going to need in order to unlock this new campaign chapter and everything there. That one is pretty cool, okay? That's a cool expansion right there. All right, next one, guys. We're just going to go into the ice expansion. All right, ice expansion. Let's take a look at this bad boy. And I know we're already up to 20-something minutes. 24 minutes we're at in the video. I'm going to try and move through this stuff a little quicker. All right, and just get to the main bulk of stuff. Again, I don't want this video to be too long, guys. I want you guys to be able to enjoy it and watch through some of this. So we got the ice expansion here. All right, ice expansion. Let's see what this is bringing in. The Cercage and the Mamaruk, okay? So again, the nice clean rule book. It's gonna have the expansion, the expeditions. If you want a solo one-shot scenario, these monsters right here. Bringing in another campaign, we have the Northern Stars, all right? Bringing in the Ice Forge, okay, for the base game. All right, let's take a look at these monsters. The Cercage. Man, that thing looks wicked. Okay, Cercage. We got the Mamuruk. Man, that thing just looks devastating. That looks like it's a mountain. Like that could be part of a mountain. That definitely looks very powerful, but I think that thing definitely looks a lot more scary. That's intimidating, and that's just terrifying, okay? We got some ice terrain, okay? We got some ice terrain. Now, something that I looked at really quickly, I do wish in that terrain expansion they provided me with this excess terrain for these little things right here. I think that is kind of a drag just right off the bat, you know, having these ice stuff come out and I don't have an actual miniature for that. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Let's take a look at some of these ice weapons, why don't we, for the base characters in the game here. So for the great sword, we have this awesome looking frost blade. Okay, the bow, we have the Northlaw. All right, we have the Froljark or Frolyark for the hammer. That's a wicked looking hammer. And then we have the Ice Wall for the sword and shield character, okay? Definitely some cool looking weapons here, all right? Again, taking a look at everything in this box, okay, looks like you're gonna have all of the behavior cards. You will have the quest cards for each of the monsters, behavior cards, monster cards themselves, and then that other little square box right here is gonna be potions, items, and potions, items, helms, and armor, ice armor, and things related specifically to this ice expansion here. Okay, let's bust out the minis for the game here, and let's take a look at them. We got, okay, so it's gonna go like that. I need to make sure I do this in order. Okay, so I'm leaving it just like that. Let's take a look at the Cercage first. Definitely creepy, okay? The Cercage, man. Like I said, terrifying. That thing looks wicked right there. Oh my goodness. Again, love the fur details on this thing. But look at that creepy face. It's It's got some spikes on its tail. Again, these things are pretty sharp. You can poke yourself on those for sure. Okay, well that is the Cercage. Let's take a look at the, what is this thing called? The Mamuruk or Mamurak. Something. This thing is beefy. Like, very intimidating. Like I said, I would not want to cross this. And this thing is thick, man. This miniature is thick. Like, this is a thick boy. You talk about thick boy right here. This is him. Look at just the thickness of this tail. Like, this junk is heavy, guys. But I love the ice particles, the icicles hanging down off him. I think this guy is up here right now with my favorite miniatures. I think he's got to surpass the pockets from the last one. That's what we got right here for the Mamarok. Okay. All right. Well, look, guys, that is everything coming to you in this ice expansion. Okay, bringing in 2 new monsters, a new campaign scenario here, bringing in ice weapons and armor and elemental stuff like that. Okay, bringing in some new terrain and pretty much everything else in the kit and caboodle. I think we're just gonna do that for right now, and I don't think that's actually set in there. All right, perfect. Boom, boom, boom. Bringing in the Ice Forge as well. There's our campaign book and the Ice Expansion rulebook. Boom, boom, boom. The funny part is going to be how am I going to fit some of this stuff in the actual main box of the game. Okay. Moving on, we have the Venom Expansion. That thing looks wicked. Venom Expansion. Loving the terrain on the back of the box here. Okay. Looks like a kingdom that's very dark, foresty type scenario. But we shall see what is next. Okay, Venom Expansion. Design's got some like tattoos. You know, the monster is vicious when the monster is tatted up. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, Venom Expansion. Okay, bringing us, what do we have here? The Haidar and the Raikal. All right, again, we have the expeditions, the one-shot scenarios for both of these with all these special rules. Of course, we're bringing in a new campaign, the Myth of Ouroboros here. We are bringing in the Venom Forge now, okay? Bringing in Venom weapons. Let's take a look. We got the Haidar, okay? It's pretty cool. We got some plants on it. You know, looks pretty intimidating. Nothing too crazy. And then this just looks terrifying. That is, if I came across that, I'm gonna have to head out on that one. I ain't hunting that, that's for sure. We got some new terrain here, some tokens here. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely, if I seen that, I don't care. There's no amount of money in the world you can pay me to try and hunt that thing that we got. All right, so let's see, get some clear pictures here. We got the Cobra for the great sword, Spider Needle for the great bow, the Dragon Bane for the hammer, and the Serpent Shield. Wow, that looks pretty cool. That looks really cool for that one. All right. And of course, in this box, we have all of the, let me take the miniature box out first. Of course, as always, this box, guys, is going to give us all the behavior cards and monster cards. In there, we got the quest cards, all of the armor, potions, and helms related to the Venom Expansion. Let's leave it just like this. All right. And let's see what these minis are looking like. So far, I gotta say my favorite model is probably that Mama Rook or Roke, whatever, Rook, however you say it, however you say that one. That's probably my favorite model right now. I did not fully get this other one. Let's see if any of the other models can top this one. Okay, let's leave it straight like that and go. So let's take a look at this Raikal first. There is the Raikal model. Let's bring him over here to the new camera. Okay, wow, he actually looks really cool. We got a tree. Man, the details on the tree here is awesome. You can see like the forest, the leaves here all over his back. There is his front face, and my camera just keeps spazzing for no reason. Oops. I don't know what's going on here. See, that's a little better. Hopefully that's, there we go. Man, that's pretty cool. The scales underneath him, as that goes. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now let's take a look at the, no, that was the Haidar. I'm sorry. Let's take a look at the Raikal. Man, this thing is beefy too. Jesus. Let's take a look at this guy. So, very, very beefy. This is Anaconda here. You know, obviously the boy is tatted up. This is the real deal Holyfield. You see this. I want the Florida man. I want him to yoink this bad boy. If this thing gets yoinked, then, you know, we are, you know, that guy is doing something, right? Yoink this thing and you are a professional. So this is the model here for this crazy thing, just hanging out on the wood. Those jaws, man, looking very excited to dive into that bad boy right there. Okay, well that is what's up, buddy? What's up, Luca?
Sorry, man, trapped in here.
Nah, you're all right. All right, guys. Well, look, I am having difficulties trying to get this back on, but that is the Venom. That is the Venom expansion here, coming to you from Primal Awakening. I'm just gonna slide this stuff in here temporarily, and then try and work on trying to get that other stuff in the Venom expansion back in here. All right, guys, taking a look at the last expansion we got here. We got the Nightmare expansion. All right, so we got this cool little volcano. This cool volcano here on the back of this. And I do believe this is technically the stretch goals box. So in this Nightmare expansion, what they've done is added a new type of difficulty to a lot of these monsters called like a nightmare mode. Now we are getting this one monster, I do believe, which is in the deck here. So let's take a look at this Nightmare expansion coming to you like this. So actually we might get this giant turtle as well. So we got the Zcath monster board, the Zekalith monster board, and we do have the Tarrasca and the Zitharos. So we got 4 new monsters coming in here. And of course we have their expedition one-shot scenario modes that if you just want to play them one singular time, you have that all of you to you. We do have a campaign, another campaign, the Nightmare Unleashed campaign book. And let's take a look at some of this stuff. So this is the Tarrasca, a nice flaming turtle, a tortoise. Here we have the Zcath. All right. We have its brother, the Zekalith. All right, and then we have this crazy dinosaur-looking thing called the Zitharos, or Zitharos, something like that. All right. We got some more tokens here, and we have the minis. Let me get these miniatures out right here. Okay, we have this whole set of cards in here that are going to be all of the monsters, their behavior cards, some items that are coming in. We got some new items that might be coming out, and then these are going to be all the new Nightmare cards. Looks like we got some new quest cards and things like that. But everything related to these monsters, you can see here that they have like the Jekaros. They have some new type of behavior cards making these monsters even more challenging from the base game. All right, but let's go ahead and take a look at these miniatures. Now it looks like we only have 3. So it looks like this Zakoth and Zekalith miniatures are both going to share, or both these monsters are going to share the exact same miniature. All right, let's start with the Zitharos. So I got to put them back in the exact same position they were. So we got the Zitharos miniature right here. Wow, look at this bad boy. Cool. Make sure we're nice and zoomed in there, so we can see that face, very T-Rex-ish with the mold, the mini, the look, all of that. We got trunks coming around, all of that different type of stuff for this bad boy right here. All right, let's take a look at the Zekalith and the what is the other miniature? Zakoth. Okay, this creepy bug monster looking thing. This looks like something off like Starship Troopers, maybe some type of Hell Divers monster. Ooh, and I got some plastic, some tape stuck on my hand there. Cool looking miniature details on the inside. Crazy armor, but that's what that guy is looking like right there. Okay, and then last but not least, we have the Tarrasca. Okay, woo, this guy's got some spikes, and man, are they pointy. So we got this spiked tortoise thing looking like man, he looks like that armadillo looking dinosaur. I mean, I can't think of what they call it, with the giant tail with the club on it, the club tail. All right, and nice crazy looking mouth for that one. But that is the Tarrasca, and he does have some very sharp points right there. Okay, well that looks to be everything in the again, I didn't get it perfect. Did I have it perfect, or maybe I got to do it that way? Ah, there we go. Okay, so you got to get these miniatures in a perfect spot before they can go on. I did it with this one. Perfect. Okay, so this is the Nightmare Expansion, guys, okay? So this is bringing in 3 new monsters, a new campaign chapter, and this is bringing in a new Nightmare difficulty for a lot of the monsters in the base game, okay? Last couple of things we got. Ooh, I forgot to put all this stuff in there. I'll have to do that in a second. Just slide this box over here. Okay, last couple of things. Let's take a look at this Tome of Creatures booklet. Man, this thing looks really, really nice. Basically, trying not to mess this book up too much. Let's slide this thing. Okay. Slide this and see what some of this artwork is. I think this also gives you a biography on some of the stuff in the game itself. So what I discovered about the Monsters of Thyrea by Nemon the Prime Seeker. So we have the map, we have all the different elemental of the monsters here. All right. The shadow in the volcano, okay, some lore. So talking about the Varaxin here, all right, the Karja, the Tarrasca, the monsters located in there. So it looks to be just an art book of all the monsters going in order by what their elemental level is. And it talks about all the specific sections of the map that it's going to go. So it's kind of like a journal a little bit in regards to what they want to do. And we got some hunters in here. We got all the weapons that you can see. Man, that's pretty cool. All the weapons for each, the ice, the crystal, the fire, how to harness the power of monsters. That's pretty cool. So this is a really cool sketches of the wildlife, the plants. It's just a really well done art book. That's really, really cool, and just you can bring this out to add some flavor and learn some lore about Primal The Awakening. So that's really cool as well. All right, the last thing we got here, guys, is this giant sleeves box. Okay, this giant sleeves box, and it's so big, I can't even fit it in the full screen. So we got I feel the storm spreading in the sky, its voice is everywhere, in the cutting air, in the trembling earth, it wants to devour everything. And unfortunately, we got a little damage right there on the side of the box, some damage right there. So hopefully I don't need this box. We got some damage there. Hopefully I don't need this box a whole lot, so I can put stuff somewhere else. But I do believe this might be where you fit all of these sleeved cards. Let's take a look here. Okay, yep, so I think this is where you are going to, we got all the sleeves and everything. I do think this box was actually utilized to fit all of the components in Primal in with sleeves, okay? Everything is in sleeves. So this is a really cool idea, but at the same time, I can see this being very bothersome just from the standpoint of this is an extra box that you're going to need to have to be able to store stuff in the game. But plenty of sleeves here to go ahead and sleeve everything. So it's going to take me a while to get that done. But this is that nice sleeve box that you want to have to be able to fit everything. But actually, you know what? I wonder now with this sleeve box, if you can consolidate everything into only 2 boxes. Like you would have everything in the cards and stuff would be in this sleeve box, and then you could maybe fit all the monsters and the rule books and stuff in the core box of the game. I might try and do that. If I'm able to get that done, I will let you guys know. But all right, guys, well, look, that is everything in this second package of Primal. You have now been able to see everything that comes in that all-in everything Primal pledge, and man, there is a lot of content here, a lot of monsters, a lot of campaigns, a lot of things to get through. So definitely excited to dive into Primal. As always, guys, just a reminder, if you want to be a part of the campaign, we are starting a campaign on our channel, and we are going to ask you guys to be a part of this campaign by voting on what we do next or the direction we take in this campaign throughout the course of the next coming months. Please go ahead and subscribe to our channel and look out for those community posts that are coming, those polls, and deciding on how we want to progress forward. All right. There is a poll out there right now, again, for the 3rd time, choosing our second hunter. We're going to do 2 hunters for this campaign. We got the dual blade hunter out right now. It's very close between that heavy gun and some of the other core characters. So if you want to see a certain character, subscribe to our channel, guys. Head over to that community post and go ahead and vote. Please comment down below. What was your favorite monster? Your favorite model that we've seen? What are your thoughts on the game so far? Have you been able to enjoy it and play it? Let me know down below. I'm going to do my best to respond to all of you guys. If you like this content, smash that like button, hit that notification bell, and as always, guys, if you are not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe so we can keep bringing you more awesome content like this. All right, guys, y'all have a great one. Bye.